Let's see Paul Allen's card.
How did the movie from 2000 become an internet sensation after 22 years it was released?
Look at that subtle off-white coloring.
American Psycho didn't get viral or even popular that much till the last 2 years.
It's a watermark.
Of course, it's always been considered as a good movie by the majority of its audience. I mean, the box office results of the movie were not so good. It was not so bad also. However, there was still nothing so special about the movie to make it a global phenomenon at that time. Patrick Bateman, the main character of the movie, is a wealthy snob suffering from antisocial personality disorder. No, it's not that man, it's Bateman, not Batman.
Bruh.
Yeah, this is the right one.
I'm 27 years.
He is a soulless Wall Street monk and occasional serial killer. He has very intense obsessions with wealth and status. On the surface, his life is very good. He has a top-tier job at an investment bank in Wall Street at a very young age, which is highly prestigious.
How old are you?
27.
He is fit, healthy, at least physically. He goes to very nice restaurants, except Dorsia.
I'm thinking Dorsia.
Dorsia's nice.
I would like to see a sequel that Patrick Bateman finally gets a reservation at Dorsia, and he goes there and he mass shoots everyone.
Say hello to my little friend!
On the other hand, deep down, he finds all this lifestyle sickening and meaningless.
Stop scowling, Patrick. You're such a Grinch. What is Mr. Grinch?
The movie was adapted by a novel with the same name, written by Bret Easton Ellis and published in 1991, 9 years before movie. The author of the book, Ellis, based Bateman on many of the Wall Street bros he regularly encountered while living in New York throughout the previous decade. Director of the movie, Mary Herron, and co-screenwriter G. Turner, presented Bateman's heartless and cold Wall Street peacock lifestyle as a naturally outbreaking side of shallow masculinity. Bateman is monstrous and threatening, but he is also whiny like a sleepless child. He's kinda charming outside, but he's also repulsive and super insecure. Bateman's trait was portrayed not as an anomaly rooted from a psychological problem, but the eventual endpoint of masculine vanity and aggressive behavior. Okay, let's get to the point. He's in everywhere on social media right now. His facial impressions are a viral phenomenon and not surprisingly associated with Sigma male persona. When a guy ignores or slaps or roasts a hot girl, Patrick Bateman shows up and smiles. There are accounts on Instagram and TikTok that are just famous for imitating Bateman's facial impressions. I have to admit I find those videos very entertaining, but I hope no one gets them serious also.
What do you think? Pick them up from the print.
Why is it a primary part of the meme culture right now?
And the lettering is something called...
When the leading actor Christian Bale first read the script, according to some sources, he laughed throughout. In an interview, he said American Psycho is a funny movie if you're a sick bastard like I am.
It's American Psycho. No, it's a funny movie if you're a sick bastard like I am.
In a GQ interview occurred in 2022 October, a couple of months ago, Bale also said it's a satire on capitalism in the 80s, and as such it's so far-fetched and ridiculous to me, I can't help but it's hilarious. He also added that people around him thought that would be a career suicide to have such role.
In many ways, in the same way that people were telling me, hey, you can't go play Patrick Bateman, it's career suicide. And I went, bring it on.
He said, bring it on. The movie shouldn't be taken too seriously, apparently. If you're taking this movie too seriously, you're not getting the point of it. You're not getting the actual message in the movie. Because it's not only a horror movie, it's also kind of a theatrical dark comedy. My thesis is one of the reasons that American Psycho is a major part of current meme culture is that deep down the audience can sense this comedic atmosphere in the movie, and it fits very well in humorous content on the internet right now. Okay, if you don't believe me, let's try watching some scenes with sitcom effects.
Hey, what do you say?
Hey, Hamilton, have a holly jolly Christmas. Is Alan still handling the Fisher account?
Of course, who else?
You're late, honey. Oh, yes, you are.
I've been here the entire time. You just didn't see me.
Say hello to Snowball. Snowball says...
Be going now.
No, listen. Don't you know who I am? I'm not Davis. I'm Patrick Bateman. We talk on the phone all the time. Don't you recognize me? You're my lawyer.
See, that would be a hilarious comedy. Those reactions, the script, narrative, and the way they act, those are not realistic. What I mean is not that the acting performances in the movie are bad. They are very good actually, at least some of them. But the context of narrative doesn't reflect a 100% serious drama. I personally find the movie hilarious in a dark comedic way. So, when did this Patrick Bateman meme sensation start? I mean, what was the exact milestones that made it a worldwide internet phenomenon? The movie was produced in 2000 with a very modest budget. It wasn't a huge box office success, but it did just okay. Let's try to find when American Psycho started becoming an internet sensation thanks to Google Trends. This graph shows the search volume of the keyword American Psycho on Google. The higher the graph is, the more it's searched on Google. This is actually a very efficient and technical way to see a trend. As you see in the graph, the first peak in the number of searches on Google since 2004 was in January 2014. When I made a research about what was the occasion that made people search American Psycho on Google in that time with this huge volume, I find at the Guardian article, it says the leading actor of Doctor Who, a primary British science fiction series, at that time was leaving the show because he was gonna play Patrick Bateman in American Psycho musical. It's not certain, but probably that led the Doctor Who fans, which are a lot, to search American Psycho on the internet. It was a temporary trend, and that was not enough reason to make the movie an internet phenomenon. But it was enough to make some people remember the existence of the movie after 14 years. Let's keep going. The time when the search volume has started to top was October 2021. Before that time, the movie was just like any other regular movie that was released in 2000. When we compare it to The Saving Private Ryan, which is still a popular movie, we can see that American Psycho wasn't popular as much as Saving Private Ryan. Okay, here's something interesting. When we look at the YouTube search trends in the past 5 years, we can see a correlation between the search volume of Sigma male keyword and American Psycho. The number of searches for Sigma male boomed in July 2021, and heaven only knows why. This is exactly the time American Psycho has started to came to the trending scene on YouTube. On YouTube, I mean any other social platform probably. Sigma male is not a scientific concept. It's just a stereotype for some certain man profile, commonly used in humorous manner and meme culture on the internet. It's not real. In a definition on Wikipedia, it says, Sigma male is defined as a male that occupies outside a social or group hierarchy, a lone wolf or maverick. A Sigma male is someone who doesn't give a damn about society, yet so charismatic, and makes the best punchlines all the time. He's silent but still dominates the society. Why Sigma male stereotype became popular? This is a subject of another video maybe, but for sure, the Sigma male stereotype definitely fits very well with the personality and the story of Patrick Bateman. The movie was so memeable that it would eventually become a part of the meme culture anyways, and it seems that we will be seeing Patrick Bateman memes on our feeds for a very long time. Please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget that you can always be thinner, look better.